Badminton. Badminton is a racket sport played by either two opposing players singles or two opposing pairs doubles, who take positions on opposite half of the rectangular court that is divided by a net. Players score points by striking a shuttlecock with their rackets so that it passes over the net and lands in their opponent's half of the court. A rally ends once the shuttlecock has struck the ground, and each side may only strike the shuttlecock once before it passes over the net. History of badminton. The beginning of badminton can be traced to the mid-1800s in British India, where British military officers stationed there created it. Englishmen changed game of battledore and shuttlecock to badminton. Although it appeared clear that Badminton House, Gloucestershire, owned by Duke of Beaufort, has given its name to the sport, it is unclear when and why the game was adopted.
Governing bodies. Badminton Association was founded in Southsea, England in 1893. A 400-page guide was sent to all known badminton clubs. However, only 14 clubs joined during the first year. International Badminton Federation, founded in 1934. The game was popular in most countries with governing bodies in most of the countries. However, there was no worldwide governing body. In 2006, the governing body changed its name to Badminton World Federation, which it is still known as. It has 5 regional leagues, which are made up of Badminton Asia Confederation, Badminton Confederation of Africa, Badminton Pan Am, Badminton Europe, and Badminton Oceania.
Top like this.
Oh, and now there's a scrap. As Bowden, look at this, the chair goes flying. They come right in front of the broadcast location, and no one's breaking these two up.
Richmond police were called to the scene, but tournament staff had already broken up the fight. Nobody was charged, but one player needed stitches to his ear. Now the Badminton World Federation is investigating.
They have a system called, they give black cards to when you disqualify someone, and that's been in place for about 13 years now. And they've only issued 3 black cards, and the other 2 were for an athlete swearing at an umpire and an athlete getting into a verbal shouting match with the opponent's coach. So this is totally out of what we've ever seen of a badminton tournament.
Video of the tournament has gone viral. Canada's former Olympians say they hope the match doesn't set a bad precedent.
In my experience, they should review the video evidence and decide whether there should be a ban for a certain amount of time or potentially a lifetime ban. I mean, I don't think we can allow for any kind of violence like this in our sport, and it should just be a no-tolerance policy, if you ask me.
Both teams were disqualified from the final. Tanya Beja, Global News.
In that clip there, you saw an incident that happened in Canada 2013. The pair were former teammates and reached London 2012 quarterfinals together. They were both found to breach Badminton World Federation Code of Conduct. Inappropriate code of conduct, oral abuse, physical abuse, unsportsmanlike conduct, and conduct contrary to integrity of the game. Isra, the one in the orange clothing, also had to forfeit his world ranking points and prize money which he accumulated in the tournament.
Professionalism. Badminton was a demonstration event in 1972 and 1988 Summer Olympics. It became an official Summer Olympic sport at Barcelona Olympics in 1992, and its gold medal now generally rated as the sport's most wanted prizes for individual players. At the start of 2007, the BWF introduced a new tournament structure for the highest level tournaments aside from those in Level 1, the BWF Super Series. This Level 2 tournament series, a tour for the world's elite players, stages 12 open tournaments around the world with 32 players, half the previous limit. The players collect points that determine whether they can play in Super Series final held at the year end. Among the tournaments in this series, once considered the unofficial World Championship of the sports. Level 3 tournament consists of Grand Prix Gold and Grand Prix event. Top players can collect the world ranking point and enable them to play in the BWF Sports Series Open tournaments. This includes the original competition in Asia and Europe, which produced the world's best player, as well as the Pan American Badminton Championship. The Level 4 tournaments known as International Challenge, International Series and Future Series encourage participation by junior players.
In this, you can see the Badminton World Federation World Rankings. There's the top 10s for men's, top 10s for women's. In both of them, there is only one person that is from Europe. The rest are from Asia. What does it say about the sport? Badminton first appeared in Munich 1972. However, it was only a demonstration sport. It was not till another 20 years later in Barcelona 1992 when it was officially an actual sport in Olympics. According to the Badminton World Federation, annual reports in the profit and loss account statement showed a rise of gross profit in 2012 from 2011. However, the London 2012 may have had an effect on this. Lee Chong-wei is number 1 ranked in the Badminton World Federation rankings as a singles man. His earnings a year are £160,281.67. There's no endorsements or anything like that. Cristiano Ronaldo, who's arguably the best footballer in the world, his salary is £17,255,763 a year. I know which sport I'd rather do. These are references.
Thank you for listening. Any questions?